Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right, today's the Tuesday episode. And boy, do we got a good episode for you guys, man. It is the new year. It's 2025. And this is our third episode for the new year. Hopefully you guys are having a good new year. Hopefully you guys are starting the year off right. And I know we started the year off right over here at My The Asshole Podcast when we did Haunting Adeline. Boy, was that a great way to start the year. Give it to you. Give it to you, boy. Pat your boy in the back a little bit. All right. But you know how we do it. The train keeps it rolling. We got the Tuesday episodes. We got the Thursday episodes. Friday if you're on Patreon, and Sunday every other week. We gonna keep the train a-rolling. We gonna keep it moving and grooving. We got our threads and we got some crazy scenarios for you guys today. So, today's interesting thread is, what's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? All right. So let's see what you the people think I've been doing wrong and why I don't have a girlfriend. But ladies, I'd like for you guys to get involved in the comments on this one, man. Why do guys fuck up and they're not getting girlfriends? All right. We're going to go through them though. Let's see. Applying your previous relationships to your new relationship. For example, I took it to heart when an ex called me clingy, which led me to try and play it cool in relationships after. Where big romantic gestures would have been appreciated, that I would have loved to have done, but didn't because I thought it would make me look clingy. Facts. I think a lot of people do that nowadays. I think that's kind of a pretty normal thing to do in relationships, just because you always want to look at what you did wrong and then be like, okay, well, if that's something that I did wrong, then, maybe I should do something different, and it might work out. And sometimes it's just be you, because a lot of times I think what it was is him trying to act cool. He wasn't himself and he wasn't comfortable, and I think the girl could hint that, and she's just like, dude, you're kind of being weird, you know what I mean? You're doing things that you wouldn't normally do. You're kind of not really being like authentic with what you're doing. And so I think that's kind of where it fell apart for him. And that's something I've done too, is where, sometimes a girl would say, oh, you're too this. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then with the next girl, I change it. And she's like, no, I would have appreciated that. And I'm like, well, fuck, you know what I mean? And it always feels like it's a flip-flop kind of thing. It's like, if I'm, into the relationship and I show a lot of investment and that girl is like, nah, I'm good on that, then I'm like, okay, I'll pull off and pull away. The next girl I meet, she wants that, but then I don't give her that, and then I'm like, oh. So, yeah, I'm a victim of that too. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap to you. It happens. And it's annoying because you're like, no, I want to do this to change, to be better, but then at the same time it's like, no. And what I've learned is just be you, man. Just being you, and that way your moves look confident. You look like, you're just comfortable. You're not doing shit that you normally wouldn't do, and it just kind of seems out of pocket for your personality, So, all right, what's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? Trying too hard to impress instead of just being themselves. Confidence is attractive, but if it feels forced or fake, it's a major turnoff. Focus on building a genuine connection rather than treating it like a performance or a checklist. Facts. And we just talked about that. We literally just talked about that. It's like, genuinely, when you're kind of, just naturally you, then obviously actions and things fit your character a little more. And then it's like, hey, I'm not doing weird shit that's out of pocket, or, just feels weird to me. And it's just like, no, man, how would I say it? It's more of like, it's more of just like, you act and go about things a certain way, and then all of a sudden you kind of do something out of pocket because you think like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna make me look like a bad guy, this can make me look like the nonchalant dude, I mean, when in reality it's like, nah, nigga, you just look weird and you look kind of goofy and unconfident in what you're doing because it's not you. So yeah, facts. All right. What is a mistake most guys make when they're trying to get a girlfriend? Taking their advice from men whose income depends on their audience remaining single. Yeah. Yeah. And see, that's why for me, I don't do the whole giving relationship advice and all this. Nah, and the whole like being a relationship guru and nah. I give my opinion. Like, you guys write into the show and you guys give me your opinions on your relationships and situations that are going on and stuff. I give my simple opinion and then I toss it back to you guys and I let you guys take the reins on being the gurus and all that. I don't care for all that. I'm here to just entertain and go through the scenarios that you guys send. And that's how I deal with this. Because if I'm being honest with you, I think there's just too many people on the internet trying to do that. You know, that whole relationship guru thing. And they're like, oh, you know, the women do this and that and blah, 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 blah. And then guys do this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, man, you know, find the people who want to do that. You know what I mean? If you want to have some fun, some good time, hit your boy. I got you. You know, that's where I'm at with this. I like to do these kind of threads, though, because obviously dating in that space is really big right now. And a lot of people like to get things off their chest. And so I like to kind of just give them a thread to, you know, get it off their chest. And it's nice to kind of hear other people's perspectives on like, hey, do's and don'ts, you know, because you never know. You may learn something. Let's see. All right, what's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? Trying too much and lying. Pretending that they're not who they are. That's facts. A lot of dudes be doing that nowadays, man. A lot of dudes do that nowadays. They will act like they got big bank accounts when they don't got big bank accounts. And then homegirl is wondering why his card is getting declined at the super bougie 5-star Michelin restaurant, you know, and they over here racked up a, you know, $500, $600, $700 bill. And he's like, oh, yeah, how about you take my Capital One, you know? And then he's like, oh, okay. And they come back. Oh, sir, your card was declined. Do you have another one? There is nothing more embarrassing than being on a date and having your card declined. Oh, bruh. Never had it happen to me. Thank God. Because I try to be good with money. And I try to let women know, hey, look, man, your boy is on a budget out in these streets. All right. I ain't doing and I personally think fine dining is a scam anyway. Because if I'm being real with you, the food that they make there, you can cook it yourself. If I'm being honest with you, you can cook that food yourself. And I think that's why it's such a scam. I get it. People are like, oh, but it's the experience. Oh, it's the vibe. It's the ambiance. Man, fuck all that bullshit. I can go to a middle of the road restaurant and still get the same fucking experience. And that's what I think is really dumb with fine dining. I don't get fine dining. I don't get going to expensive restaurants. That shit is retarded. I'm like, if you have the half a brain to go on Google and look up a recipe, you can make anything up in that fucking place. That shit is ridiculous. But I digress. Back to the topic at hand. Yeah, niggas be lying, man. And they be thinking like, yeah, I got the big pockets, and they don't got the big pockets. All right, what's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? One of the biggest mistakes is thinking they're indispensable and that they're going to be a prince for her. Movies and books are just fiction. Real life isn't a fairy tale. Yeah, facts. Those niggas that'd be like, oh, you'll never find a guy like me. And it's like, bruh. There's like 20 others of you. Come on, man. Especially nowadays. Like, and I've always said it, that women have the illusion of choice. And I say the illusion of choice is because there's so many dudes hitting them up, but there's only like, I wouldn't even say a handful of them that they'll actually go out with. If I'm being real with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's only less than a handful of dudes they'll actually go out with. And so it's like, a lot of times when they do meet a dude and, you know, they go out with him and he's just weird as hell and all that kind, she's like, God damn it, you're just like the rest of the niggas that I don't even text back, or, you know. And so when it's like you get pretty much broken up with or left, it's like, my guy, you're already put in the category of all the dudes she doesn't talk to or respond to, you know. And it makes no sense to me when I'm on TikTok or when I'm on Instagram or whatever the case may be, and girls come on there and they're just like, oh, I can't find a great guy, this and that, all guys are weird, I went on a date with this guy and for some reason he blew his nose into a napkin and ate the boogers out of it or whatever. It's like, who the fuck are you guys going out with? Because a lot of the guys that I know, I know some great single dudes who, you know what I mean, have their shit together. They're going, you know, they have a great job. And some of them, you know, don't really have their own place or anything like that. But I mean, it's like they're still good dudes. They still have good head on their shoulders, you know, and all that kind of stuff. They can go on a date and fucking be normal. I don't get these dudes that are getting these dates and then they act crazy weird. And I'm like, what? How did you get a date in the first place? You know? And that's what I think it is. It's when it, like, on the free Patreon episode, there was a dude, because we did what was your ex's fetish or something like that, and there was a dude who had a girlfriend but was cheating on his girlfriend with a bunch of other women or whatever, and he had like some balloon kink or whatever where he had to have balloons involved and everything. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get a girlfriend and then be cheating on other bitches and you got this weird ass balloon, you know, fetish thing? And I'm like, you know what? I think these dudes are just, they're chads on the outside, but then you really get to know them and you're like, wow, man, that nigga's weird, you know? And I guarantee that's what it is. And I think a lot of times it's because, you know, girls will go for these dudes that look good, but they just have no fucking personalities at all. They don't. And they look at it like, I don't have to have a personality, because girls just think I'm hot. So they're just like, I'll look past him not having a personality because he's hot. And it's like, you know, like, and it's so funny to me because I would love to be able to see the guy that they're going out on a date with when they make these stories on TikTok and stuff, because I'm like, I guarantee you he was a good looking dude that had no fucking personality. And that's why you went out with booger eating dude. That's why you went out with dude who was weird and, you know, acting all crazy and acting a fool on the date. I guarantee you that's the reason why, because he was a Chad who had no fucking personality at all. You know what I mean? And that's what that's just what I've seen so many times just doing this show, and as well as, you know, being out in the wild, if you will. You know what I mean? But yeah, all right, let's get back to the topic at hand. I keep rambling off. I'm sorry. What's a mistake most guys make when they're trying to get a girlfriend? Assuming the way you treat them is the only thing that matters. How you treat yourself, your family, your space, and the strangers around you are all also very important things girlfriends notice very quickly. That's true. That's true, simply because, you know, if you're kind of being a dick to the waiter and all that kind of stuff, yeah, chicks don't like that. They don't. They're like, what the fuck, dude? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of these things kind of go hand in hand, because the way you treat other people is ultimately how you're going to treat her. I mean, you could be like the super nicest dude to her and whatever, and then you could be a dick to the waiter and dick to everybody else, and she's going to be like, wow, okay, so every little nicety that you're saying to me is fake then, because this is who you really are. You're pulling the mask off for everybody else, but then you put this mask on for me, you know. And girls know this stuff. They're not going to say it. They're not going to point it out. None of that shit. They're just going to be like, okay, I had a great night, but like, you know, this just wasn't working out for me, so I'll see you. Bye. You know what I mean? And the dude's sitting there like, oh, what's going on? What did I do wrong? What the fuck? I was supposed to get some coochie because I was nice to you. You know, or they think it's being the bad boy archetype, you know, because they're like, oh, girls want bad boys, so they want like a guy who is just to everybody else, but is nice to her, because that's the trope, you know. that they're mean to everyone else, but then they're just nice to only her, and it makes her feel special. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't think I don't think girls really like that. I think they just like the potential of you being able to, do something. They don't want you to actually do something. They just want you to look like you got the potential to do something. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where it comes from, if I'm being honest with you. I could be wrong, but a lot of girls that I have talked to that I know personally, that's where they've come from when they're like, that's the bad boy I want. He's got to look like he can do something, but he ain't really going to do nothing. Yeah, Yeah, again, I could be wrong. You guys let me know. Like I said, ladies, get down in the comments. Let me know. I want to get your take. What's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? Trying to get a girlfriend instead of just getting to know someone. Yes, you still have to communicate your interests somehow if you want things to progress. My thing is, nowadays, that sadly doesn't work anymore. Back in the day, yeah, you could get to know a girl. You guys could be friends, and then, she starts to like you or whatever, and, that could develop. But nowadays, I just don't think it's like that anymore. The advent of dating apps and the advent of social media and, her kind of getting more attention than ever, because of the internet, has created a divide in that now, where you can't just be friends with a girl and just get to know her, and then you guys, as a guy, you kind of got to be making your intentions known all the fucking time, because if not, she will forget you like she did her breakfast this morning. You know what I mean? And it's not her fault, because she gets attention from dudes all day, every day. She gets dudes hitting her up all the time. You know what I mean? Wanting to take her out, do this, do that. Oh, girl, we got, invited to this party. Oh, we got invited to that. Oh, this dude wants to take us to do that. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And again, it's not her fault. It's just the fact that is how things are going now, where it's like, if you don't stay consistently showing her, hey, I have interest in you, I like you, I want to take you out, do stuff, you're not actively, continuously trying to get her, attention away from other things and keeping it on you, you just ain't gonna go nowhere. Yeah, because again, it's that whole illusion of choice where girls have so much propositions coming their way that you, as one guy, you got to do some crazy shit just to get her attention at this point. So that's the kind of thing where I'm like, this won't work. You have to, as a guy, you have to always be in that mode of trying to get a girlfriend, because if you don't, trust me, you're not. You're just not. You're not going to get a girlfriend. It's, it's not like back in the day, man, like back when Instagram and stuff like that was all brand new. Yeah, you could get to know a girl. You could talk to her, and you guys could be friends for, 6 to 8 months, whatever. And you guys really know each other. And then you're like, you know what? Hey, I like you. I want to take this to the next level. And you know what I mean? Those days are gone, dude. Those days are gone. Oh, once the explosion of Instagram and dating apps and all that kind of stuff came to be, and dudes just got a little more, thirsty, a little more aggressive, you know what I mean? And they come in droves at women now. And it's a point where a lot of chicks, again, have that illusion of choice, and they're like, there's just too many. Fuck it. No. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm saying all of this just from actual women telling me this. This is what they tell me. Sometimes I'll look in their Instagram messages and stuff, in their little request section, and in their request section, there's like 100 people. There's like 100 motherfucking people in there. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. What the hell? The only way I get a bunch of like requests is when they want to send scenarios in for the show. You know what I mean? But all these dudes are just like, hey, I'll fly you out. Yeah, I'll take you out. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'll pay you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, yo. So, yeah, no, I've seen this with my own eyes. And that's why, again, I'm like, as a dude, you kind of, if you want to get a girlfriend, you kind of have to always be in that I want a girlfriend mode. And that's just the way it is, man. That shit sucks, but it's just the way it is. All right. What's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? My honest experience, the most common mistake is not asking her out. I've seen men flirt for 3 to 8 months with a girl or pine for over a year without ever saying anything to her explicitly, just like waiting for her to notice, I suppose. Don't do that. If you're interested and you think she is, make a move within a month or two. I wouldn't even make it in a month. I'd probably do it within like the first 2 weeks of meeting her, bro. Like, if I'm being real with you. After that, it gets more awkward and try to change the terms you're acting on. See, this guy understands. This guy knows what it is. You can't do that anymore. You can't sit there and be friends with a girl, for 6 to 8 months and you guys are like, oh, we know each other and, oh, we're so close and blah, blah, blah. Like, we should take it to the next. Nah, man. Nah. You can't do that anymore. Again, like I said, back in the day, and I'm talking maybe even like, 10 years ago, crazy enough, because I would say 2015 was probably around the time, Instagram was coming out and popping and, really getting into its footing. But, you could still do that. You can meet a girl, you can be friends for 6 to 8 months. You guys really get to know each other and you're like, what, man, I like you. And then she's like, what? Oh my God, we've gotten so close and blah, blah, blah. Man, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's just, you can't do that anymore. And so now it's like you meet a girl and you got to ask her out on a date immediately upon talking to her. Immediately, because you spend 1, maybe 2 days too long, she's off to the next guy. You're gone. And I be telling this to a lot of my dude friends that are single. I'm like, bro, you have to be on the attack immediately. And I mean immediately. And even you being on the attack immediately doesn't even guarantee you a date. She'll probably say yes just to not look bad, you know what I mean, or hurt your feelings or whatever. But I guarantee you, even then, she'll probably just be, oh, my dog died. Oh, grandma got stuck in the oven. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. And she'll still flake on you. So it's like, even when you're on the prowl, bro, you're still under the scrutiny of possibly not even going out on the date. Trust me, it's happened in my dating life. It's happened in all my single friends' dating life. It's been a constant. And I get it. I'm like, I don't blame these chicks, man. They have so much, going on, and there's so many propositions thrown, and I just throw another one in there. I'm not going to stand out, you know what I mean? And so that's why it's just like, I mean, you may stand out because, you're the new thing, obviously the new novelty is going to help you stand out just a little bit, and that's the whole reason why you don't want to do this whole, waiting 3 to 8 months bullshit, because once the new novelty wears off on you and she's kind of used to you, she's going to be like, nah. And then she's on to, Chad, and she's just like, he's the shiny new thing, So, and then you're like, oh, I like you. And you're like, oh, well, you should have told me that like 3 months ago. Then maybe something would have happened. And still then, again, it's a maybe. So, yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. He backed me up on that. All right. What's a mistake most guys make when they're trying to get a girlfriend? Talking about yourself too much. Try to ask at least 3 follow-up questions. Get them talking about themselves and engage with what they're saying. Yeah, facts. That and don't be quiet. Because a lot of dudes will just be quiet. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? You got to engage back in the conversation. He's probably going to kill me for this, but one of my friends went on a date with a girl and he said nothing the entire date. And I was like, bro, No wonder she didn't call you back. He picked her up and was just like, hey, how's your day? And, she was like, oh, my day was good. I went to work and this happened and blah, blah, blah and whatnot. And he was just like, mm-hmm. And then they get to the restaurant or wherever they were going. And so she asked the question, oh, how was your day? And he was like, pretty good. It was a good day. I went to work, did this, did that, But what about you? You know what I mean? And then she started, I guess, getting into something else or whatever. But he just, in his words, he froze up and didn't know what to say. And I'm like, my guy, you got to engage back with her, else she's going to just feel like, am I doing something wrong here? Because I told him, I was like, all right, look, man, you've already done the heavy lifting. She is going on the date. When she could have been like, my dog died, grandma fell down the stairs, you know what I mean? My little brother exploded. Like, she could have said anything, but she's going out. And I was like, you did the heavy lifting. All you have to do is take her out, show her a good time. And I guess since I didn't mention saying talk, I guess he was just like, well, I guess I just don't say anything. I'm like, nigga. Oh, but that's most guys though. They won't say nothing because they don't want to, do what this guy said. They don't want to talk about themselves too much. And it's like, just keep it short and sweet. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it short and sweet. Even if you're going to be like, oh my God, yeah, me too. No, I went to that with a couple of friends, we had a good time. It was really fun. And then followed up with a question like, did you guys do this when you went there? Or, you could just follow it up with a question to keep things kind of rolling. And, yeah. All right. On to the next. What's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? Forgetting or not realizing that it's a mutual thing. How could you forget? Wait, what? All right. You can't force it, and neither are you required to. Okay. She either likes you or she doesn't. Women aren't some mythical creature that needs to be tamed. All it needs is chemistry. I argue, not really. Which leads us to the final point. Be yourself. Being the best possible version of yourself does, of course, help. So try giving that a shot. I do agree with you with this. She either likes you or she doesn't. I don't believe the whole getting out of the friend zone thing. I don't believe, once a girl sees you as a friend, she sees you as a friend. That's it, man. It's like if you're talking to a girl and she gives you that whole like, oh, let's be friends and see where it goes. Done. It's over. It's gone. Any hope of dating that girl is gone. And a lot of girls like to sit there and they like to lie to me and be like, no, I just want to get him, know him long. No, you don't. What you're doing is you're taking this guy and you're putting him in your back pocket. And then you're going out and seeing if you can find better. And if you don't find better, then maybe you might pull him out of the friend zone. Because some guys like to sit there and be like, oh, well, I got out of the friend zone. Yeah, because you were the default choice. And you know what happened is you got the girl off of attrition. That's all it was. You got the girl based off of attrition. Sorry. If a girl really likes you, there ain't going to be none of that. There ain't nothing that's going to stop her from wanting to be with you. Like, my mom tried to, good example. My mom tried to set me up with this girl that she works with. And she was like, oh, she's a really pretty girl. Oh, she talks about you, this, and that. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to meet her, whatever. And so she's like, oh, I gave her your number. And I'm like, all right, cool. She doesn't text me that day. And I'm like, that's fine. She probably worked, whatever. The next day comes. Doesn't text me the whole entire day. I give up at that point. I'm like, she didn't text me. It's over. My mom tries to, justify, oh, she's busy. Oh, she's got this. Oh, she's nah. Because it's either she likes you or she doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how busy a girl is. If she really likes a guy or she's really interested in a guy, she's going to text you immediately. She's going to text you immediately. Even if it's just a quick, hey, this is so-and-so. Like, immediately. Girls don't play these games. When they really are interested in a guy or they like a guy, they don't play games like that. No. There ain't no like, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship. I'm not really looking for some. No. They're just like, yeah, definitely. Oh, sure, let's hang out. Oh my God. You know what I mean? They're just down for whatever because they are into that guy. And so it's one of those things where, like, when he said it's either she likes you or she doesn't, 100%. And if she says anything close to, oh, let's be friends, done. You're done, dude. It's over. Now, you can sit there and try to, wait it out and go through the attrition, but trust me, you're going to see a lot of things you don't want to see. You're going to see her with a lot of different dudes before she decides to settle on you. And she might not even ever settle on you, if I'm being honest with you. Some guys wait 10, 20 years in the friend zone trying to get one girl. It's like, bro. So, you know what I mean? But when he says all it needs is chemistry, nah. I really don't. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. It's either she has that innate attraction to you or she doesn't. And you can argue, oh, but that innate attraction is chemistry. And it's like, not necessarily, because a lot of times you need the attraction first to then build the chemistry, because the chemistry comes for you guys' personalities, you guys' likes and your goals, and you know what I mean? You guys' core life values and all those kind of things. That's the chemistry in it. The attraction is what gets you to the chemistry. You can't have the chemistry first, because a girl is not even going to want to get to know a guy that she's not attracted to. You walk up to a girl and, you say, hey, hi, how's your name? How's your name? Ha! Oh my God. I'm exposing myself. No, I'm just kidding. You walk up to a girl though and you say hi, how are you and whatnot. And if she turns around and she doesn't immediately find you attractive, she don't give a fuck to know who you are. She's just going to be like, oh yeah, my name is Crystal. And it's like, oh, that's a nice name. What you doing out here? Oh, just having fun. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. But that conversation goes completely different if the attraction is there. It's like, oh, hi, my name is Crystal. How are you? You know what I mean? She's going to ask questions back. Oh, I'm chilling, doing have a good time. What brings you out? Oh, just hanging out with my friends. What brings you here? You know what I mean? It's completely different. Now the chemistry begins because the attraction was there first. You see what I mean? So, no, it's not all about chemistry. Sorry, buddy. It's not. The attraction's got to be there first, sadly. But, And then, of course, being your best self and all that. But, again, that shit that comes later. It's like you got to have the attraction first. I think a lot of people don't realize that is the first component to even getting the girl to want to have chemistry with you, All right, I'm going to do... Oh, we'll do one more. I didn't know the thread was going so long. All right, what's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? They think that there's some secret formula that if they follow it exactly, it will guarantee a girlfriend. For some guys, yeah, if I'm being real with you, for some guys, there's a formula. No, for most guys, nah. For most guys, it's like, It's literally like digging in a hat and hoping you get the winning number, if I'm being honest with you. That's most guys. For very few select guys, the Chad Thundercocks of the world, and those guys, they can kind of run very similar game, and it'll kind of work with almost any girl, if I'm being real with you. And just because they just can have that innate attraction right off the bat, or they may have, I guess you could call it status to some degree. You know what I mean? They have some, they have eyes on them, whether, they're a streamer or YouTuber, or, they're popular in that regard, or, they may be an athlete, or they have eyes on them kind of thing, or they're popular on social media. Those kind of guys can really run about the same game, and they'll get, about 80% of girls, if I'm being honest with you. But that's a very small, minute, minority of guys that can run the same game on every single girl and have a high success rate. I think most guys, it is like she said, where it's like, you're just digging in a hat and you're hoping to get the fucking winning number, because that's just the way it is, Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it goes a lot of times. So, that's why for most of us, there ain't no secret formula. Yeah, for those small, minute, amount of men, yeah, there's a secret formula. They can run the same game, and it's just like, yeah, I can get all of them. I collect you bitches like Pokemon. Hey, this is what it is. But that's gonna go ahead and be that thread. We're gonna end that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Get down in the comments. Definitely let me know what you think about everything. Put your 2 cents. Hey, put your advice in there, whatever you want to put in there. You know what I mean? Get in the thread, get involved down in those comments. Appreciate that. I'm going to jump through announcements super quick, and then we will go ahead and get into today's scenarios. Patreon.com/MyLastWillPodcast. Get that exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday episodes like these people did today. And then, if you are an audio listener, please rate the show 5 stars. And if you haven't and you're listening, I know who you are. I see you. You better rate. You bastard. And rate us 5 stars. Keep downloading the show. It's free, and that's all I ask, man, is that you do that. If you want to help out the show even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Helps out a lot, and guess what? That's for free too. Links are down in the description. The link tree has links to everything, so get on in there, check that out. Support your boy. Without further ado, though, we're going to get into our first scenario. So, am I wrong for feeling stupid about a bachelor party? All right. I, 25 female, in some hot water over what I thought was a cute bachelor party stunt and would love advice. I hate when y'all be asking me for advice because I don't give good advice. I ain't going to lie to you, but I'm going to try. You know what I mean? My fiance, 28 male, and I are getting married in February. Congratulations. His bachelor party was at a lake house about an hour away. A week before the party, 2 of his best friends texted me saying they had a fun idea if I would be up for it. Basically, there was some disagreement among the group on whether to have an exotic dancer at the party. Some of the guys were very against it. Some thought it would be fun. They couldn't agree, so they asked if I'd be willing to come in a mask and a costume to do a kind of jokey version of a striptease, like down to a bikini or whatever, to make light of the disagreement. I thought it was a cute idea, so I agreed, and I showed up at the party as a pizza delivery girl, totally cliche, in a wig and in a mask and a trench coat. When I knocked on the door, they sat my fiance down. I could tell he instantly knew it was me. And they put on some cheesy music. I dropped the coat, did a silly striptease dance down to a little bikini, and sat on his lap. There were some good laughs. I pretended to be Monique. That was my name for the night, and used a silly voice and everything. The guys were drunk and took some pictures. Also, after the dance, my fiance pulled me into the bathroom for some alone time, which I wasn't expecting, but I probably should have expected, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. If my fiance came in and did the whole little pizza girl thing and then yeah, you best believe I'm taking you into the other room. I am smacking them cheeks. Oh my, that's hot, dude. That's fucking hot. What? That beats the hell out of having just some random stripper bitch that I don't care about. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you bring some random stripper bitch, she's pretty much for all the other guys. I can't do nothing with her, you know? But if it's my girl, yeah, you best believe. Oh, man. Little trench coat pizza girl thing down to a little bikini, yeah. Yeah, you best believe my dick would be through the roof hard. Come on, man. Oh. Okay. Well, 2 of the wives are now upset because they had made it clear that they didn't want a stripper. I had a conversation with one of them to explain. She said my bikini was not appropriate, and how could I just go fuck him in the bathroom like that? What was thought as a cute idea is now a huge deal, and I feel stupid. Man, fuck them bitches. Fuck them. I would have asked them, would you rather it have been a random chick? because that's what they were planning to do anyway. It was going to be some random bitch in there. At least with me, I'm only going to be touching on my mans. I'm not going to be touching on your guy. But with some random bitch, she going to be touching on everybody. Like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck? That's stupid as hell. And I guarantee you these chicks are fat and you're probably, a little skinny mini thing, and they don't like that because you probably look good in a bikini and they don't look good in bikinis no more. You know what I mean? Fuck them jealous bitches, man. They rather some random bitch come in there. Because honestly, you got to look at it like this. They were going to be mad anyway. All right, they're going to be mad either way. They were going to be mad if it was some random bitch. They were going to be mad if it was you. Like, fuck you, Carol. You know what I mean? You just mad because you fat now and, I still look good in a bikini. Like, fuck you. Like, nah, man. Nah. What you did was fucking amazing. And I think that was the hottest fucking thing ever. You know what I mean? Ladies, write that down, because I guarantee you your man is going to be like, God damn it, I would have took my girl in the bathroom too. You kidding me? And then just the idea of like taking my girl into a random bathroom and just fucking the shit out of her, that's hot too. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you're getting a 2 for 1. I'm just saying you're getting a 2 for 1 on that one, brother. Like, it's let's be real here. Like, fuck Carol and them. And them bitches is fat and overweight, and they just mad they can't be in a bikini anymore. That's what it is. Hey, get out of here, man. Nah, I don't think you're wrong at all. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole? My husband fed me poop. Yes, I read that correctly. Her husband fed her poop. Yes, you read that right. Yesterday evening, my husband decided to play a prank on me. He had noticed that our guinea pig, Fluff, was happily munching on alfalfa, and it gave him an idea. He took a few of Fluff's pellets, the guinea pig droppings, and, thinking it was harmless since they only eat alfalfa, mixed it into a bowl of chocolates. He figured that if anyone could tell something was off, it would be me. Later, when we were sitting together, I reached for the bowl of chocolates without any suspicion. I popped a piece in my mouth, chewed, and immediately noticed something strange. The taste was off. I looked at him, and he pretended to be innocent, asking if something was wrong. It didn't take long for me to realize that something wasn't right, and that's when he finally confessed and laughed. He told me it was just guinea pig poop, but since it was made of alfalfa, it was completely safe, and that he mixed it in not only week-old poop, but fresh poop as well. That's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting, man. What the fuck? Alright. That's just nasty. I was disgusted, but mostly I couldn't believe he'd actually gone through with it. I blew up and kicked him out of the house because that is utterly disgusting. I was sick most of the night and my stomach hasn't been the same since. He and his family are mad at me for blowing things out of proportions. Should I be this upset over a prank? Now, I wouldn't have kicked him out of the house or done some shit like that. Sure, be mad because that's fucked up and ridiculous. Like, I give you that. But I wouldn't have kicked him out of the house and been that mad. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why would you do that shit? You'd be mad, and whatever. But, hey, I don't know what would make you think, though, to even put doo-doo in your girl's chocolate bowl like that. Yeah, and think that it's funny. Like, that to me is crazy. Like, I don't understand why he thought she was just gonna be like, oh my god, you silly Billy making me eat dookie. Oh my god. Like, there was fresh ones in there. Oh my god, you're so crazy. Like, dude, come on, man. Exercise some common sense in this piece. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, I think the only part that you went overboard was kicking him out. And that's the only thing that's the only thing that I think that you went overboard on, was kicking him out. You shouldn't have did that. That's just too much. I get it. It was a prank and it was nasty, but you didn't need to go kicking him out of the house for that. You know, you didn't need to think about, you might be, I don't know, thinking about divorce or whatever. It's like, look, relax. It was just a prank. You know what I mean? I thought he fucking fed her human dookie, if I'm being real with you. Like, I thought he mixed that shit in some mashed potatoes or something. You know what I mean? Like, I was so thinking. I didn't think it was just the little tiny pellets. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's nasty still, but it's just like, I thought he did something way worse. I ain't gonna lie to you, but hey, it is what it is. But like I said, I think you should just simply let that man back in the house. Be like, hey, that joke wasn't cool, man. And just move on from there. You guys let me know what you think, though. All right, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that her friend is too ugly for my friend? That's fucked up. All right, let's get into it. I'm 29 male. I've been with my girlfriend, 28 female, for the past 8 months, and it has been amazing. I met her friends, and I really like them all. And she's met my friends, and they all get along really well. We are all hanging out together for the first time this weekend. The issue is that my girlfriend has told me one of her friends, let's call her Sue, that she thinks she would be perfect for one of my friends. Let's call him Mike. All right. She has told her this multiple times, shown her pictures of him, and gotten her all excited. My problem with this is I don't think that they are a good match at all. Mike's a very good looking dude, in great shape, is 6'2", and is a lawyer. He has always dated very conventionally attractive women. Sue is great, and I really like her, but she is just not very conventionally attractive. She is slightly overweight and just doesn't put much effort into her appearance in general. My girlfriend has mentioned this potential match to me a few times, and I've always just kind of brushed it off with a we'll see or you never know. Yes, that's where you fucked up, dude, because I would have been straight up honest. I'd have been like, yo, look, trust me, Mike is not going to want a girl like Sue. I'm sorry, but he's just not. Like, I would just be straight up, because you're getting this girl's hopes up. You know what I mean? You're making her feel like she has a chance, and then you got your girlfriend out here hyping her up. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, bro. This is where I don't understand why dudes be doing this shit where they like white lie their girlfriends and stuff. For me, I just like to keep it straight up and keep it real, because then you just don't have problems later on, because I kept it real. And it's like, if you decide not to take my advice and still try to hook Sue up with Mike and then it don't work out, well, guess what? I tried to tell you, you know what I mean? It ain't on me. It's on you, Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Hoping it would just fizzle out, but after we made plans to hang out after, I found out she has been telling Sue about it. See what I mean? Because you nonchalantly, oh, we'll see, oh, you never know. She's going out there and hyping her friend. I felt like I had to say something to her. I didn't want Sue to get her feelings hurt, and I didn't want to put Mike in an awkward situation. I told my girlfriend I think she should not try and set them up together and to leave it alone. And if something happens between them, great, but not to push it. Then she asked why. I said I just don't think they are comparable match look-wise, and that I think Sue would get her feelings hurt. I said I don't think they're a great match personality-wise either, since he is super attractive and she is much more of a homebody. This caused a big fight, our first real fight, where she accused me of thinking my friends were better than her friends, asking who else I thought was ugly, etc. I was genuinely just trying to avoid an awkward situation, but I might have made it worse. Should I have kept my mouth shut and let it happen? No. What you should have did is, instead of saying, oh, we'll see, oh, you never know, instead of saying that bullshit, you should have been honest from the get-go. You should have told her, babe, I don't think that Mike would find her attractive. Sorry to say it, but I just don't think he would find her attractive. And I don't want you to, get her hopes up and hype her up and she gets hurt. You got to be honest from the get-go, because what he did is exactly what I thought he was going to do. And he was telling her, oh, you never know. Oh, we'll see. Oh. And then his girlfriend goes and hypes her up. And then now that the girl is hyped up, then he wants to be honest. And it's like, you can't be honest right now. At this point, you should have just let it happen at that, because you already kind of made your grave on this one, buddy. You made your bed with that one. You kind of should have laid in it, and that's where you fucked up, because women enjoy congruency, and when you're just changing shit up out of nowhere, man, they're kind of just like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Like, you said Sue has a chance. You said they might happen. What the fuck? Now you're changing it up. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you should have just been honest from the get-go, but you didn't, and I knew you were going to do that. Because I knew you were going to change it up later on. She was going to hype her up. I called that crap. And so, honestly, at this point, let her do it. Let her do it. You know what I mean? Be on your girl's side. Hype up Sue. Knowing it's going to be a train wreck. But hey, be on your girl's side. Be like, yeah, babe. You know what I mean? Sue, you can do it. You can do it. You got it, girl. Don't worry. Yeah. And then when she gets her heart broken, and, again, you're gonna have to lay in this bed, my guy. And then when she comes through and she's just like, oh, you comfort her with your girlfriend. Oh, it's okay, Sue. We tried. You did your thing. And you just can't be honest anymore about it, because you decided to play the coy route in the beginning when she should have just been straight honest. Like, look, trust me, that's not her type. That's not his type. You know what I mean? He's into the skinny bitches. He wants the dumb skinny chicks. Like, that's where he's at. Gotta be honest, brother. All right, this is gonna be our last one. Am I overreacting? My boyfriend never wants sex. That's crazy. You must not be his physical type, if I'm being real with you. He might just be dating you because it was a thing where, like, he probably got together with you and was just like, ooh, this is a new, you know what I mean? But then I think the novelty kind of wore off, and then he was just starting to notice, like, ooh, she's not really my type, We'll read into it. We'll see. All right. Me, 18 female, boyfriend, 19 male, never wants to have sex with me. We have sex, yes, but it's always me initiating, and 9 times out of 10, I'll get shut down. Woo, wow. He says he's always in the mood, but chooses not to be, and that he has a switch.
Stop the cap.
Nah, bro. Nah. For a guy, there is no, we're in the mood, but we choose not to be. Nah. That don't exist. That don't exist. Once the dick gets hard, bro, there's no blood up here, okay? There's no blood up here. The blood's all down there. And all you thinking about is just inserting in some walls. All right? You go straight to monkey brain. Come on, man. That is straight cap. He ain't in no mood. He ain't in no mood for you. You know what I'm saying? All right. We've been together for 2 years, and the first year we were together, we had sex frequently, most days, sometimes multiple times a day, but in the past year, it's come to an abrupt stop. I've spoken to him about it, and it's always the same answer about him not being in the mood, but when I ask later, I get given the whole always in the mood, but I choose not to be spiel.
Stop the cap.
I'm not sure what to do. I've heard people saying if he's not getting it from you, he's getting it somewhere else. Facts. But it's definitely not that. He truly doesn't have time, as he's a chef and I play on his phone a lot. So it's not like he has a place to hide it. I know he at least finds me a little attractive. He goes out of his way to flirt, grab my butt, or ask to see my boobs. But he just never actively wants to have sex with me, and I don't know what to do. Sorry if this is just repeating or whatever. I'm just getting progressively more upset and confused at the situation, but I never ever get a different reply from him. He never even beats his meat. he's not in medication or nothing in his life is overly stressful. I have no idea why he's doing such a dramatic change in. I don't even know what to call it, since he says he still has an extremely active libido. Desire to have sex with me? I don't know. Help. All right. I guarantee you this relationship is one of those things where, like I said, you guys got together and the relationship was new and it was fantastic. You guys are still young, so this might have even been like his first sexual experience with a girl, so being 19, he might have lost his virginity to you. So, it's just like, these are the first walls he was up in. And then I think after a while, once that second year kind of came in, the novelty kind of wore off on it, and he just wasn't as attracted to you as he used to be. Because, no, like I said, no dude, there is no such thing for a guy as I'm in the mood, but I choose not to be. That's cap like a motherfucker. Because like I said, once the penis is hard, there ain't no blood up here, and we just want to smash. You know what I mean? I think he enjoys having you as his girlfriend. I think he enjoys, like being with you and all that kind of stuff, and like everything you come with. But I just don't think that he finds you physically attractive anymore. I think he looks at it just like either that or you probably put on some weight. You know what I mean? You probably put on some weight and you're noticeably different now. And now he's just kind of like, oh, you might have been like very well in shape when you guys first got together. And then you got, you put on that relationship weight. You know what I mean? You put on that relationship weight and now, you out here looking chubby and he's kind of just not into it anymore. That's another thing too. That, that could be something that's going on. As far as like him cheating and getting from somewhere else, if I'm being honest with you, I guarantee you he's beating his meat and you just don't know about it. I don't know if you guys live together. I don't think she mentioned living together or anything like that. So I guarantee you, he's beating his meat, but you're just not knowing about it because he might be just doing it in the car. He might be, I guarantee you he's beating his meat, but you just don't know about it. Yeah, he's hiding it very well from you, because again, a dude who, any 19-year-old dude is going to have a high libido regardless. Trust me. You know what I mean? Even if he is one of those guys that is very like faithful and, he's just like, nah, I'm a girl, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, he's still yanking it, man, even if he's not cheating on you. If anything, I don't think so, but he might be paying for some coochie too. You know what I mean? Because there ain't no text messages involved in pulling up, and being like, what's up? How much? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying there ain't no text messages involved in that. And so, there's the possibility that I'm not saying he is, but the possibility is there and it's a possibility, so you never really know if that's happening or not. So, again, like I said, I think it's one of three things. It's one, he just doesn't find you physically attractive anymore, and you gained weight within the relationship. Two, the novelty of the relationship has worn off, and he's just not really into it anymore, and he's kind of just like, I'm just on autopilot about it. Or three, he's paying for coochie. He's paying for coochie and he's beating his meat without you knowing. It's one of those three. You guys let me know which one you think it is, or if there's something else that you think, might be going on in this relationship. But I think it's those three things. It could be a combination of all three, if I'm being real with you. It really could be. It could have started with number 2, where he's just like, I'm not really into this girl anymore. I just don't really have feelings for her like that. But I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to break up with her. And so then he kind of just stays in the relationship. And then it can also be, he's like noticing, oh shit, she's gaining weight. Like, I'm not really into that. She used to be sexy, a little thin thing, but now, she's big because of the relationship, whatever. And then it might lead him, because of those, it might lead him then to go, pay for some Gucci. So I don't know. You never know. You never know. All right. We're going to get into our last scenario for today, though. You guys let me know what you think of all the scenarios and the thread that we've gone over today. Thank you guys so much for getting this far into the episode. Love you all. We're going to get into this last one. Am I overreacting? And that's it. It just says, am I overreacting? Cool. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. My overreacting. High school reunion fool around. All right. My now wife went to her 10-year high school reunion. We knew each other at the time, but weren't together exclusively. We chatted a bit that night, but otherwise it seemed like a normal week. A week later or so, she told me that she didn't go home alone that night. After some more discussion, she told me that she ended up naked with the guy in bed, and it was a pretty close to sex, she said. That she was on top, or that he was on top of her, but he wasn't inside of her because he left that to her and she didn't put it in. From there, it wasn't really discussed what happened or what the morning was like, etc. I don't believe that. Come on, man. He left it up to her. Come on, bro. Come on, man. What dude is going to get a girl naked and then he's like, I'm just going to leave my penis right here at the entrance. And if you want to put it in, then you can put it in. But if you don't want to put it in, don't put it in. They're like, come on, bruh. You really think that happened? He right there on the precipice of the coochie. He's one hip thrust away from being balls deep in it. Come on, bruh. Come on, man. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. All right, when asked about it, about what he was packing, she said it was pretty underwhelming. Fast forward years later, we talked about it, and again, she said it wasn't anything. They barely made out, and nothing near what she had previously said happened. She doesn't remember, but knows it wasn't anything like that. So is she lying now? Was she exaggerating before? I think she's still lying to you. They smashed. It is what it is. My man was balls deep in there. Come on, bro. If you don't want to see the obvious that's going on, it's crazy. What you doing? Because she took that mushroom tip balls deep, bruh. Come on, man. And she's just trying to spare your feelings and not trying to look bad. And like, come on, man. I always question how a guy and a girl could be naked and he's on top and then just nothing happens. Facts. Something must have happened to have the situation de-escalate. I've never been that close and just rolled over to go to sleep. I am bringing this story up because I'm interested in others' opinions and thoughts as well as general discussion about it. I appreciate the who cares, get over it mentality, but that's not the feedback necessarily I'm here for. Thanks for reading. And I'm not going to give you that who cares. I'm going to tell you that she fucked this dude and he was balls deep ranging up her walls, bro. And he might have busted in her. You never know. I guarantee you, though, just like you said, I've never gotten to a point where my dick is literally caressing the walls and I'm just like, hey, well, if you want to put it in, I'm all about it. But if you don't, then that's cool too. No. I shove my shit into them walls and I get to work, man. And I guarantee you're the same. Like, come on, man. I get it. That's your wife and you want to believe her and, that she like, that is my baby. And it's like, come on now. I get it. But I'm telling you, she smashed homeboy. And then I guarantee you, she lied. And he might have had a decent package, man. You know what I mean? Might have had a decent package. I ain't gonna cap. And I'm for the lion. I ain't gonna lie, okay? Because on the free Patreon episode that we did last Friday, you know, there was a story that came up where homeboy got drunk and he told his wife that, you know, she was like the third best he's ever had in bed or whatever. And, you know, and I'm just like, hey, yo, no, come on, man. We lie to each other out here. We lie and we say they sucked and you're the best. You know what I mean? Tell me I got a small dick when we break up. You know what I mean? So I'm for that 100%. Like, I'm for the whole lying, like, hey, you know, like 100%. Because, look, you know, tell me I'm the biggest, okay? Lie to me. Fucking lie to me. Tell me I'm the greatest you've ever had, okay? You know, I don't want to hear about, you know, Tyrone and Chad and all them. I don't want to hear about all that. And stop. Please don't, okay? I don't want to hear about all that. I'm the biggest you've ever had. I'm the best and the greatest you've ever had, okay? So I'm all for the lying when it comes to that. But her denying that they had sex at all, that part is like, okay, come on, man. And honestly, this shouldn't have even come up in you guys' conversation anyway, if I'm being real with you. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm being real, you know, that's why for me, I try to stay away from like talking about exes with girls. And you know that I know and stuff, because I already know they've been, you know, folded and bent and all kinds. Nah, man, don't want to know. It didn't happen. You know what I mean? It didn't happen. All right? I'm the first one to do all that stuff to her. You know? Like, trust me. Ignorance is bliss, baby. Ignorance is bliss. Like, fuck. And, you know, lie. Lie to me. Tell me I'm the biggest you've ever had. You've never been folded like that in your life. You know what I mean? God damn. Lie to you, boy. I'm just saying. All right. That's going to be today's episode. You guys let me know what you think about everything that we've covered today. Thank you for being here on this Tuesday episode. Again, get on the Patreon. $3 a month. Get you that exclusive episode every single Friday. You know, download, rate the show. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as the YouTube. I love you guys all. We'll see you on Thursday for Haunting Adeline. I don't even remember what chapters we're on. I think we're on 18 and 19, or probably 19 and 20. One of those. We're somewhere around there. We're damn near halfway through with the book, crazy enough. I'm like, oh shit, because I think there's like 45 something chapters, so we're damn near almost to the halfway mark in this book. We're kind of flying through this book, I ain't gonna lie to you. But I am also taking book recommendations, so if you guys want me to cover a book after Haunting Adeline, I do have a couple books that people have recommended and stuff like that. But if you have a book recommendation, a little spicy book you want to have heard, you know, on the Thursday episodes, definitely put it down in the comments. Let your boy know. I'd love to check them out and see what's up. All right. Love you guys all. We'll see you on Thursday for Haunting Adeline. Peace.